When we look for signs of domestic and family violence, we typically scan for physical injuries, but the most profound damage happens out of sight. Domestic violence is a system of calculated control. An abuser systematically projects force outward, isolating their partner to gain absolute power. Notice these forces operate strictly in one direction. It is a deliberate, ongoing strategy, not a momentary loss of temper. And this blueprint for control doesn't discriminate. It operates in wealthy suburbs, working-class neighborhoods, and across all age brackets and cultural backgrounds. Because we are conditioned to look for immediate physical harm, this quiet, systematic isolation easily goes unnoticed by friends, family, and neighbors until it becomes desperate. To build that isolation, abusers deploy specific, unseen methods to dictate their partner's daily life. One primary tactic is coercive control. This means severely micromanaging a partner's routines, tracking their movements, and overriding their personal autonomy. Then there is financial abuse. This happens when an abuser restricts access to bank accounts, forbids their partner from holding a job, or deliberately forces debt into their partner's name. These tactics are reinforced through emotional and psychological warfare. Constant criticism and gaslighting erode the victim's reality, while forced isolation cuts off their support networks. Today, abusers also weaponize technology. They use spyware, track GPS locations on phones, and threaten to release private, intimate media to ensure compliance. Overt physical and sexual violence often enter the picture to violently enforce the boundaries of this invisible framework. These tactics lock together. An abuser weaves coercive control, psychological manipulation, and financial restriction into a cage, explaining exactly why victims find it nearly impossible to simply walk out the front door. To understand how these cages get built, we have to examine the societal environment that allows them to exist. This flowchart illustrates societal inputs feeding the central node of control. Gender inequality and stereotypes act as primary fuel, validating an abuser's entitlement to dictate their partner's life. Further up, a culture normalizing everyday disrespect creates an environment where controlling behavior is excused. It's important to distinguish these root causes from temporary stressors, like financial hardship, mental health struggles, or alcohol abuse, can absolutely increase the severity or frequency of the violence, but they do not cause the abuse itself. If the violence is fueled by these deep-seated entitlements, then removing the fuel, the gendered double standards, and the excuses for control